Hey everybody, the Robobehemoth here, back here with another video for Heroes of History. Today we are jumping into another video. So today's video, we're going to be doing a hero highlight on means. So I am going to level him up a little bit here. So 105 out of 110. He's max awakened. I have mine max ability with a max torch of Prometheus with him. So jumping into his stats here, he's got his primary stats. Let's go ahead and break them out here. His base stats for attack is going to be 815. For defense, same thing, 815 defense. And for HP, he's got 10,368 HP. His base damage is at 519. He has 60 hits per minute for his attack speed. His attack range is pretty long. It's pretty far, so 6 attack range. His movement speed is very slow. His evasion at 0%, crit chance at 5%, but his crit damage at 150%. Now, with his Awakens, you get a little bit of an attack speed boost, but let's go ahead and jump over to the Awakens now. So at Awaken level 1, we have an attack boost of 6% attack. At Awaken level 2, we have a focus increase of 25 focus. At Awaken level 3, we have a 12% increase on attack. With Awaken level 4, we have a 20% increase on attack. And with his final Awaken level, he gets an extra 12 hits per minute. His ability, he's an area attacker. He's a siege unit. His ability called Sandstorm Surge. His initial charge is 1 second, while his regular charge is 10 seconds. He has an area strike, a debuff, a burn, and a buff. So he does a ton of work. If you don't have means leveled up, he's going to be a game-changing 4-star for you. He may have even jumped past Kin in terms of overall utility in this game. They're very, very close right now. The only thing that Kin offers that means doesn't right now is going to be that heal. So for a treasure hunt team, for example, Kin may be more resourceful to you than means, but in some scenarios, it's the opposite. So let's jump into Sandstorm Surge. He calls forth a divine storm at the location of the biggest cluster of enemy units. The storm deals 119% damage in a range of 3, which is a large range, reduces movement speed by 80%, and leaves affected units burning for 88% over 6 seconds. Also targets the biggest cluster of friendly units, increasing their attack by 32% of means attack for 6 seconds. So with means attack being 1,811, 36 or 32% is going to be a decent amount of a buff. So he acts as a buffer, a damage unit. He has his initial charge at 1 second. He does massive work. And with the Torch Relic, his burn damage does significantly more damage. So definitely, like I said, I definitely recommend you using him. Let's go ahead and showcase what he can do in a campaign level here. So let's go ahead and jump over to 38.7 here, just to kind of showcase what he can do. We'll use Minos, we'll use Kin, we'll use obviously Means here. We'll throw HoH in there, and who else? Let's just use Cleo. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Instantly, off the bat. So he pops off. He's doing big damage there. Let's go ahead and heal our Minos up a little bit. Make sure that he stays up. Let's pop him off again. That was quick because HoH's ability there. But we're going to see how much damage he can do almost on his own here, if we can survive it. Let's go ahead and taunt, group everybody up. He hits everybody. He is so strong of a unit. And his charge time is actually still really fast, whether it's 10 seconds or not. With HoH in there, let's go ahead and use Kin, make sure Minos stays alive there. With HoH in there, it feels increasingly faster. So let's do one more pop here. Let's go ahead and make sure that Minos stays alive. We'll go ahead and use Kin again. Let's go ahead and pop him off one more time before he dies, if he will die, which he will not. Means does really good damage. You can solo a ton of levels with Means. So looking at the stats here, 343k damage. Obviously, I only used him, so the damage is going to be a little bit of an outlier, so to speak. But you can see how much he can actually do. If he was the only unit in there doing damage, you're still going to win that. Obviously you're going to have additional support units in there and stuff like that if he's going to be your primary damage unit. But 343k damage, I don't know that I've seen any other hero do that much, whether using them solo or not. So he can solo a treasure hunt, matchup team for you. He can be your primary, damage dealer for one of them, debuffer, buffer. He does everything. So you really don't need to worry about his utility. Even if you just use him for the buffing aspect in a team, he's probably going to solo that team for you. So level up your means now. Now, I'm very curious. So I haven't personally tested him in Arena. So Arena will be an interesting one. Let's go ahead and refresh here. Let's use it against a lower team just because I'm not going to run with my main heroes here. So let's sub out. I don't want to sub out Kin, but I am going to sub out Kin here. I'm probably going to lose because it is a very similar team. I was literally running the exact same team that he was running. Is that right? He's running the exact same team, but obviously mine is significantly over leveled. I just find that kind of funny though. But let's go ahead and see what means can do in terms of a battle like this in Arena and PvP. Is he still going to have some use? I imagine he's going to have a lot more use on the earlier Arena matchups than on the later or end game type of Arena, because everyone uses very similar teams end game, and so you want to make sure that yours are a little bit over leveled compared to theirs, and you have that key difference. See, like that sucks. So he's dead here, but I'm hoping we can pull this victory out here. It's going to be very tight. Cleo's dead. Perfect. Kin is... All right, we pulled it out. So against, with having Kin, he would have kept Minos alive, and that matchup would have gone very differently. But you can still see here, he was the MVP. He still did the most damage, whether he died first or not. So he can do damage. Like I said, if you're going to be in the lower tiers of Arena, I think that he's going to still be a very, very solid unit for you to use, especially when you have limited heroes and you don't have heroes like Cleopatra or Ben Franklin that everybody will use at end game Arena matchups or PvP matchups. So, so the long story short of it, he's going to be huge. Same thing in Tesla. He is going... I should probably 3-star that. I haven't needed to farm red crests until now that I pulled Achilles and Caesar. So now I've got to farm them again. So I'll 3-star this. But he is going to be huge in Tesla as well. If you look at my red Tesla video for the beginner's guide, he acts as a buffer and buffs stack. So if I'm running a full red Tesla team here, I believe I was running Means, Boudica, Van Gogh, Queen Elizabeth, and Shaka, I want to say. Him with Queen Elizabeth, their buff stack. So with her attack buff and his attack buff coinciding with one another, your Boudica, your Van Gogh are going to do insanely more damage than if you were without them. Now keep in mind, you only get his attack buff at max ability level. So he needs to be one of your primary focuses in terms of ability rushing. You have a couple of main ability rush heroes. He's one of them. You want to rush his ability as fast as you possibly can. Because that attack buff really does play a massive difference in your overall or overarching gameplay across any team that you're going to have encompassing Means. So he's going to really help in Red Tesla. He's going to really help in Treasure Hunt. He's going to cause you to really not need to worry about one of your future 6 or 7 teams once you're in Grandmaster. He's going to be able to almost solo it himself. So it's a huge assistance because you can just throw in, placement holder heroes in your treasure hunt teams alongside him if you have very limited heroes to use or under-leveled heroes to use. I just would recommend you have a taunt and some sort of buffer in there with him, or a healer to keep your tank alive. That's really all you need in order for him to really shut out a victory there. And then in campaign, he helped me push multiple chapters in a late game campaign, and he's going to be huge work when it comes to the hard difficulty coming out in campaign later in this month. So focus your means, max his ability, and you can thank me later. Hope you guys enjoyed this hero highlight for means. I will catch you in the next video. Please leave a like and subscribe.